A broadcast. This is episode 4 of our lovely podcast. And this week we decided to start out because, hey, guess what? We're in the same place this week.
Hey.
But yeah, Marissa is currently sitting in my apartment in Long Beach. And so for once in our life, we are filming a podcast in the same place.
Whoa.
One audio track. It's amazing. And so we have a selection of fancy drinks, and by selection I mean 2.
69 cents, Target.
Yeah. So we have, this week we are drinking, we have 2 different Jarritos drinks. We have limon and tamarindo. I apologize to anybody that is a Spanish speaker.
Yeah.
Because my Spanish is fine, but I'm sure on a recording it sounds like an awkward gringo robot. So, yeah, we're going to do, like, I don't know how we want to, do a taste test or something, but...
Yeah, just have a swig.
Yeah. So, also, special to note this week, this is probably going to be, I think, the first video with our shiny new logo, now that that's the thing that we've drawn. Well, technically, whatever, but... Yeah, so now we have a fancy new logo, so hopefully we won't have to do our awkward font Baskerville title cards or whatever. And so that's exciting. So now that we have that, our channel looks hopefully better. Ideally more professional, but we'll see. I don't know if you can hear the, fizzing of drinks that's happening in the background right now.
Spill it on your computer.
No, please do.
Can you taste it in there, everybody? It's like
Mr. Krabs?
fluorescent, probably radiated color.
Yeah, this is the lime one, the limon.
It smells like Otter Pops.
It does.
Which is a pro for me.
I kind of into it. Here's the thing too, is that everybody has different names for Otter Pops. I saw a post online where somebody was like, "What are these called?"
Oh yeah,
There's a million
countries.
different
Same with
names.
hair ties, scrunchies, other people.
So I don't know how to describe an Otter Pop if you don't call it that. It's it's the thing if you don't.
It's a popsicle without a stick. It's just encased in plastic, and you cut the top plastic off, and then you
it's
suck on it and then push it.
It's like an icy Go-Gurt, basically.
This will segue into Craigslist. Yeah.
Will it really? Will it really? I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, anyway, salute.
Hey.
I don't really know what that means.
This is really good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all about this. This lime shit is delicious. The color is radioactive.
But yeah,
but
worth it.
It's really good. I fully support this.
And for 69 cents,
I'm all about it. Here, I wish they sold them in, cases. Because I don't want to have a bunch of just, loose bottles.
You should just bring one of your empty
I should.
cardboard things in and just be like, hey.
Just fill it with Jarritos and they'll be like, excuse me, you can't do that. Just make me stop.
They also had a sale on Ben & Jerry's, FYI. And apparently Target has exclusive Ben & Jerry flavors. And I'm all about Target because my grandpa worked there for 10 years. No big deal. My family gets 10% off forever.
Wow, look at you. Fancy Target.
The only person to brag that their family member is an employee of Target. Everyone would be like, oh, my mom works at Target. I'm like, my grandpa.
Hey, grandpa worked at Target. Oh, amazing.
My grandpa's super talkative. He loves people, so it was perfect for him. I think it was the Raiderettes came in, and my grandpa's a 49er fan. But, my grandpa was so sweet helping them get what they wanted that they came back with a signed calendar just to be like, you were so sweet to us. Thank you for actually helping us and not being, a creepy old guy.
That's so cute. Yeah, here's the thing about your grandpa, too. Your grandpa is great. I
tell him, I say, Grandpa, you were born to be a grandpa. He wasn't the best dad, that's okay, but, he's an amazing grandpa. That's his thing.
As a person that, has been around... Marissa's grandpa for probably forever, basically. I can attest that he is the drink grandpa. And here's the thing about Marissa's family that's funny too is her grandpa is born to be a grandpa, this sweet old man. And then there's Auntie Liz, who is a nutcase. It's the two sides. You knew I was gonna segue to Auntie Liz. You knew I was gonna do it. Because
everyone's family has, the one crazy aunt. You have to have it. It's inevitable. You have one family member that's a little bit you're not sure about, but you love them. Okay, real quick, let's try the second soda.
I don't know how I feel about it. It smells kind of weird. I don't know
What is it again? Legumes?
Tamarind, aka tamarindo.
But it's a legume. We looked it up, right?
It is. I looked at a picture of it. Kind of like a
go.
soybean. Hey, bottoms up. It's a little weird.
No.
I don't know how I feel about it. I'm probably going to keep drinking it. But it's a little weird. It feels a little weird.
This is not worth 69 cents. I don't know.
It's, I mean,
I can understand the appeal. It's, unique. Like, this is the only soda that's probably a legume. Maybe it's
it's an interesting flavor. This is something, you know what I think? Okay, here's what I think. I think that, like, on a first sip, I'm like, oh, God, what is this?
You know
But
what?
I can see it being an acquired taste.
Oh,
my God, what are you doing?
You have to mix them.
No way.
The only difference, Taylor and I have a lot of differences because I'm, like, annoying. But Taylor's a Coke person because she likes one flavor, and I'm a Pepsi person because I love that it's, like, 100 flavors mixed together. Because I am the person that takes my soda and I suicide every soda. And it's a very, like, exact measurements. I don't know.
I can see how this would be an acquired taste. It's almost a shame this isn't a video podcast because I like keep making a face every time I drink it and I can't stop.
It's once you know it's a legume, you can really taste the legume.
Is that true?
Because it's like a deep, hearty taste, like a legume.
I guess it's true. It's not like a light flavor. I don't know how to describe this.
I feel like it's even thicker. Like I know it's not really thicker, but it's kind of like thicker.
Yeah, I mean, I can see how it could be an acquired taste.
I feel like this should be alcohol because alcohol is the only thing that tastes disgusting that people keep drinking because I don't know why we keep drinking it.
I don't know why I keep doing it, but I can't stop. Like, I'm trying.
The lime was a hit. Okay, we got
the lime was so good. That was really good. I'm gonna buy more of that probably.
But now we know. Now we don't have to like wake up in the middle of the night wondering what does
tamarind
tastes like. I'm really bad at Spanish. I'm like afraid. Like
that word was English. That was an English word.
I know, but still. Tamarind. I don't know how I'm going to say it. I'd rather just make sure I know because I know like I'm just the dumb person.
Wow. All right. Let's sell yourself short.
When it comes to Spanish, I know I should learn. Get rid of the stone.
See, the thing is, too, is, like, with Spanish, I have a hard time because I have taken Spanish, like, I took it in school for probably, like, 10 years, which sounds crazy, but it's true.
I did it until 6th grade, and I was like, peace, suckers, I'm done.
Like, yeah, and it's like, I just kept going with it because I was like, okay, why not? And I've, like, I've worked places where, everybody else spoke Spanish.
It's totally, you don't have to know it, but it's a big... because everyone speaks Spanish now.
Like, at the last place I was working at, it was like, if everybody else speaks Spanish, like, I'm not going to make everybody speak English because I'm the only one that speaks English. Like, I'm obviously going to speak Spanish because, like, that's, that makes sense to me. Like, why would I make everybody else speak English when I'm like, the one, like... this tiny white girl's like, everybody has to speak English to me. Like, shut up. Like,
we live in America. I'm like, calm down.
Oh, God.
Calm down. Put your cane away. Go to bed.
Put your cane away. Oh, my God.
It's a very old person mindset, I feel like. It's just like
I like, have, like, a little bit of regret that I didn't keep up with my Spanish speaking as much as I could have. Like,
how do you think I feel? Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like
I was borderline fluent in Spanish.
Yeah, you were really good. But I bet, if you took a class, you'd pop right back into it. Or got a Rosetta Stone or something.
Oh, my God. I mean, hopefully. It's like, there's enough people around me that speak Spanish.
Call us in Spanish.
Oh, my God. Please, no. But there's enough people around me that speak Spanish that I can continue to kind of pick up on it. But it's like, it's just like hard because it's like, I used to sound so much better, and I feel like my Spanish has just become whiter and whiter. Like,
I can't roll my tongue either, so it's like that's going to be a big thing because they say if you don't learn that as a kid, it's almost impossible.
I used to not be able to do it.
I mean, like an X-ray of someone doing it because they're like, "Oh, just press your tongue up and." I was like,
yeah, same.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know
what's going on in there.
The thing too is like I can't do it just like on my own. Like I can't just I can't.
Say a word.
I realize. Yeah, that's what I meant. I phrased that weirdly, but like I can't just make the noise. Like some people can just make the noise for like 5 minutes. But in the middle of a word, all right. But like in the middle of a word, I can make it happen, and I can sound like a decent Spanish speaker.
Okay, this is their talent. I do it for like 10 minutes long. I'm like, okay, you're not gonna win.
I was just about to say that they would definitely win, so I see that we are having a few differences here.
We're breaking up, people.
Oh my god.
We're gonna choose one subscriber now. Or 11 subscribers. What do you choose? What team are you on? Oh, but remember when I sent you that cartoon? I'm like, Taylor, what is this translation? You're like, Marissa, that's Portuguese.
Oh yeah. Marissa sent me this fucking, like, this random thing from, like, Tumblr.
It is cute, though. It's a cute little doodle with, like, something's pointing to, like, body and, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I was just like, this is cute. I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, Marissa's like, oh, what does this mean? I was like, Marissa, that's not Spanish. I can't read that. Like, that's Portuguese.
I know, I'm a bad person. But why would I ever read a Portuguese thing?
Here's the thing, though, is to somebody that doesn't speak either language, I can see how they could look similar, and there's a lot of similarities between the two. Like, I could read certain things about it just from my own knowledge of Spanish and the limited Italian knowledge that I used to have and don't anymore, because why? But it's like, you know, I was able to, like, read enough of it to, like, get the gist of what was going on, but it was like, I was like, why are you sending this to me? I can't read that. Like, this is not English or Spanish. Like, why?
I'm glad I didn't send it to Anne, then, because Anne would have been like, because I'm like, I only know 2 people that speak Spanish.
Our friend Anne is Cuban, by the way.
Yeah, so she's like, that's what's up, you know?
Yeah.
Café con leche.
Wow, look at you. This is Espanol.
That's about it. But plus, I feel like now kids are going to be way better at Spanish, because when we took it, we went to the same school, obviously, forever. Like, I don't know, it just wasn't super...
That's because all of our teachers were, like, middle-aged white ladies. I didn't have,
Mr.
like...
Sandoval, but he was good.
Sandoval was cool. That's our second
he was,
grade
like,
teacher,
too cool that, like, he was like, oh, whatever, like, you know, you didn't have to really do much, because you're kids, and he was like, oh, it's fun.
Yeah, I never
really stuck. I never was that interested.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't learn Spanish from a native Spanish speaker until I got to high school, I think. And even then, like, I had, I think...
I'm sorry.
Alright, solid.
I thought it was maybe, like, a much quieter version.
You were wrong. But yeah, like, I got to high school,
legumes.
and oh my god.
See, it's so such a legume drink.
Is that a problem that you have with legumes? Is that a thing in your life? Do legumes...
I don't really eat legumes that often.
Do you eat peanut anything?
Butter.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I'm really more into almond butter.
Are you for real? You are not serious. Almond butter is so gross. You're a liar. You're a dirty liar.
I don't like sunflower butter, but almond butter grew on me.
Almond butter is not that good. You're a liar, and I'm sad about it.
I think it's because, like, you don't understand how much peanut butter I actually eat. So when it was something like a new butter, I was like, oh, like a variety of the many butters I'm eating on, like, a daily basis.
Many butters.
Yeah, like, there's normal, but there's butter.
Alright, calm down, Paula D.
Butter. Oh, man. But I did sign language a little through high school, and that was super fun, but I'll eventually probably try and pick it up again, but...
Yeah, it's like, I would take a Spanish class here, but I'm scared.
I know.
Is really what it is. I'm terrified, because I think I speak Spanish.
You basically have to start over, right?
Yeah, because they're not gonna let me into a higher level Spanish class. Like, I was in, like, honors Spanish all through high school, because I'm an asshole or whatever. You know, and it was like, honors Spanish, honors this. Like, you know, my first year in high school, I was in, like, the sophomore Spanish class, whatever. And so it was like, you know, I was, of course, pretentious about it, you know, whatever. And so now here I'm like, okay, I know I, you know, used to know a decent amount, and I'm sure it would come back to me, but I don't want to start all the way over, so it's not worth it.
That's the same with ASL.
You know, I don't want to start with, like, lunes, martes, miércoles.
I know,
like, I'm so tired.
That's the struggle with ASL, too, because I took 2 semesters at, like, the local community college in high school, because I was just way more interested in that, but now, like, they're like, so you took 2 semesters of college, so this is the college class you'll be in. It's like, yeah, like, I'm kind of in between, like, the 101 and 103 or whatever it is, because, I'm not A, B, C, like, I can finger spell pretty well, and, like, most things I know, mainly, like, beer, you know, and, like, the swears are really funny. I wish it was a video podcast, but...
Yeah, when we eventually do a video podcast, once we, like, get our shit together.
That's why my teacher was great. She's like, I know what you guys want to learn. Like, here's a bunch of funny swears. I know you're going to be interested in that. Like, I'll keep teaching you ridiculous things if you keep, like, being interested in what we're doing.
I surprisingly don't know a huge amount of profanity in Spanish. I don't know why. I know how to say weird things in, like, German, but I don't know any, like, profanity in Spanish, really. I know, like, a few things, but nothing that's, like, really relevant. Like,
couldn't cuss somebody out.
No, I could not cuss somebody out in Spanish. No, in English, I'll fucking, you know, whatever.
My teacher was great too, because she was hard of hearing, there was a deaf teacher, which I'm kind of grateful I didn't get, because that would be a hard class, going in there with her not being able to speak to you, but my teacher was hard of hearing, so she could hear you. She could read lips pretty well. Most deaf people can't read lips, but she said when she had her daughter was being a brat, she would just take her hearing aids off and be like, shove them on the table and be like, here you go, daughter, like, I can't even hear you now, so yell all you want. And of course, when her kid was a baby, she wouldn't hear, so she's like, oh, like, this is fine. She's like, your baby's crying. She's like, oh, which is fine. The baby, baby wasn't, like, there for days or anything. Just, like, crying herself to sleep, no big deal.
Just, like, being the same, though.
Being a baby.
Oh, God. So what was that you were saying about segueing to Craigslist?
Oh, yeah.
What was that happening? Why?
Because Otter Pops are little, you could, like...
Otter Pops are not phallic at all.
But I had to, like, I don't know.
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with the association between Otter Pops and dicks, Marissa. Why don't you tell me about it? Okay,
I will on the video podcast so I can further demonstrate.
Oh, God. Yeah, you gotta do a demonstration.
Remember when we had to put condoms on dildos? Oh, man.
Fun fact, in high school, a thing that we had to do, or apparently other classes had to do, I didn't, because I'm a lucky motherfucker, apparently.
You know what pissed me off? I knew it was coming, so I stayed home. I stayed home.
You knew it was coming?
I knew...
I'm so sorry. That was so not funny, but I can't stop. Carry on, I'm okay.
So I knew it was coming. So I purposely skipped that day. And so what happens the next week? He said, okay, all the students that missed that day, come up to the front of the class, and you're gonna just, do it real quick. Do it, So it was me, and it was like 10, 15 kids, because we all were like, I'm not doing this, and so we had to do it. And I remember there was like a bright pink dildo, there was like a glass, like there was like so many varieties. Like they went out of their way. Like you think they just buy them in bulk? Like buy out a Groupon. They have a lot.
A Groupon for a lot of dildos. Can we talk about glass dildos for a second?
I don't get it.
I don't get the appeal of that. Like that is not something I will ever in my life be compelled to buy. Like no way.
I guess
like,
it's dishwasher safe.
Oh, great. Yeah, great. When I fucking stick my dildo in the dishwasher. Super. Here's the thing. You wouldn't want to put dish soap on something that's going to, like, you
have to just put it. Like,
just by itself? What is the point of that?
We can do that here.
We're going to try. I can't wash my dildos in the dishwasher. Fucking Christ.
Damn it. I have to wash them while I'm in the shower.
Oh, my God. Wow. Okay, Craigslist. Okay, fucking Christ. So the first one is titled "Socially Awkward Penguin Looking for Friends."
Oh no.
So this reminds me of like those scene kids that were like, I'm so random, XD, awkward. So let's be friends. Let's share our socially awkward ways and go on awkward adventures. Like, let's be awkward friends. Like, it can't be that bad having someone else to be awkward with. Haha, so awkward. Put penguin as your email title. Let's be friose.
Oh no.
And the picture is a meme, by the way, in case anyone was curious.
Those damn memes.
Oh my God. And then this one, of course, is nudists seeking other nudists.
Mm-hmm.
Nudists seeking couples or single female nudists to hang out with, or for trips to nude beaches and resorts. Age, race, and size are open. Just looking to meet up with others who enjoy a clothes-free lifestyle.
Okay,
Age
check that.
54.
54. Well, she's confident.
That's a dude.
Confidence is okay. He's confident.
Uh-huh.
Confidence is attractive. Okay.
Yeah. Confidence is attractive, huh? Here's another one that's a good one. The next one is simply, have you seen Tina? Hello, I'm just looking for Tina. Want to be friends and chill? Let me know. No sex, only friends. And then a phone number.
I love when it just says no sex.
I want to know, too, like, is Tina somebody that he knows? Oh, just kidding, it's a woman. Sorry. Is Tina somebody that she knows? Is that, like, is it like a friend? Is this like a misconnections that's going in the strictly platonic thing? Like, what's going on? Who's Tina? Where is she from? Like, do they already know each other? Like, is that a code word and I'm not hip enough? Like,
Turner, I don't know.
Yeah, Tina Turner. The last one, my last one is the best one. Diaper guy for diaper guy. Send pic. If this is in all caps, all of this is in all caps, by the way. Send pic if you want to get an email back with a pic of me. We might want to cuddle and shave.
What?
Let's see. The next sentence is let's see.
I'm intrigued.
51. White guy. So this is a white man that is into diapers.
Oh, he's like this weird white guy.
He's like an old white guy. He's super into diapers, and the follow-up sentence too is I can spank you too if you want that, you bad boy, or you can be daddy's boy.
My question is, does he have the diapers only for fun, or does he like have depends?
Does he need them?
Does he need them, or is it just like a fun hobby that he does on his Tuesdays off of work? You know?
Yeah, I want to know, like, what is he shaving? Like, their faces, like, so they can be like babies? Like, are they shaving, like, what are they shaving? And here's the thing, like, this is like a 51-year-old thing that's got like a weird daddy kink thing going on. And that in itself is something that I don't want to be part of. I have spent way too long on the internet, like, seeing that shit everywhere, and I'm, like, super not about it. And, and of course, here's the thing, too, is none of the ones I actually clicked on today surprisingly had any pictures.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Oh, no. Yeah, the diaper guy doesn't have a picture. Tina didn't have a picture. Oh, there was one with a picture, and it was that meme.
Oh, the meme. But that wasn't like a...
It wasn't like a picture of a dick. No, there was no dicks today in my thing.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, are you gonna fill my life with dicks, Marissa?
Somebody has to. Okay. The first one. Everybody.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah?
Many girls want to peg me. Man for women. Straight guy looking for a gal that has an ass fetish. Either strap on or one finger in my butt. Look at it. Kiss it, whatever you want. I just like my ass played with while I'm fucking a lady. Hit me up, send you pic. Looking for now. G.I. white dude, very clean. Here's a photo attached.
Oh, why?
I guess he wants to know what you're getting into.
Oh, why?
Okay, that's me. That's like the lightest one I have. Next one.
Oh, no.
Breastfeeding.
Oh, no.
Hello, I'm looking for a lactating lady. I would love to suck on some milk-filled boobs and drink it all up. In addition to that, whatever else you want to do sexually, I'm totally okay with. All or nothing. I'm 25, white guy with a nice package. Let me know. I'm down to feed.
Why have we talked about lactation 2 weeks in a row?
You know what?
Why has this come up?
It's a thing. Next one.
Oh, no.
Pregnant ladies.
Oh,
ladies,
no.
I'm looking to please you. Have an urge that needs to be fixed. I would love to help you with it. Eat you out, breast play, intense sex, whatever you like. Let's talk and get together. Age 21.
So he's into...
He's a 21-year-old dude.
He's into pregnant ladies?
Are you my depraved cum slut? He writes a little poem, and then he says, don't waste my time with your name because I don't care. Just send me a pic and include the words, please, in your response.
Wait, he wrote a poem?
Well, just look up at me with his big, beautiful eyes. You know, it's just feel it on your face.
Oh, boy.
It's like, it's much. Okay. I think I only have... Okay, I had one that just says, so, you are a lesbian that craves the occasional hard cock.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
He timed it a little bit.
What is going on? What?
I don't know.
Okay, here's the thing. Like,
45.
What's going on with... There's, like, some weird grooming choices going on here in this picture.
Or lack thereof.
Like, I don't really understand what's happening. There cannot be a picture of him. That looks like a weirdly professional picture.
I know it does, because there's a solid black background.
Yeah, let's just say the timing is immaculate.
It's something. Okay. Last one, Taylor. We have something in common.
Oh, no.
It's another Daddy for Diaper Boy.
Oh, no.
This one has pictures.
Oh, no.
Handsome straight daddy in Reno. So on Saturday night, visiting family. I would love to have a cute diaper boy come by to my hotel and let daddy change him into thick, puffy diapers and have cuddle time. Daddy will baby you and take good care of you. Have premium diapers.
Oh, no.
For good little boys in size medium and large, and daddy uses booster pads for extra puff. This can be non-sexual or sexual, just like a little guy to keep me company. So diaper lovers and adult babies, let me know. I'm straight, but enjoy baby boy daddy play sometimes. Like 18 to 40 best, send a daddy picture or two. I'm 6'1", blonde.
Oh, no.
He has a 7.5 thick pacifier. Thanks, Dad.
Oh,
Here's the
I don't
photo.
want to see that. Oh, man.
Obviously, a man in a diaper.
Oh, I didn't want to.
A man cuddling a giant teddy bear.
Oh,
A
bye.
picture of the guy in a giant crib, which has to just be not him, right? But it's like the same man, consistent. So wherever you got it from, he's 50 also. 50.
Man,
No.
why is that a thing?
6'1". Wouldn't that
Why
be
is
like
that
really
guy-
intimidating? Like okay, like you're gonna be like a baby and he's 6'1". I'd be like, oh no, you could kill me.
I mean, you know, technically, like a 6'1" dude could kill me also, but I'm all about it.
Well, he just wants like a little guy. I like how it just sounds like this little guy to keep me company. If I read that in any other thing, it would be so. Like,
Any other context, it would be less weird. Okay, here's the
No.
thing, though, is like the way that like the previous part is phrased makes it weirdly sexual.
yeah.
I don't know.
And he's visiting his family.
Oh, that's weird. What was I not listening for that part? I think I blocked it out.
Daddy on Saturday night visiting family.
Oh yeah, I think I blocked it out. God damn it! Why is that gotta be a thing?
Oh, and I'll end with a depressing one. I really wish you'd leave. The light of your eyes. This is like misconnection time. The light of your eyes left over a year ago. So close you lay beside me tonight, but you have been distant for a while. I really wish you'd leave. I see how miserable you are with me. Watching you suffer makes my heart ache, but I am too much of a coward to go. Age 24.
Why would you post that on?
Woman for man. Yeah, what? Wouldn't you be pissed if you knew that was your significant other? Like, why wouldn't you just tell me?
Why would you post about it on Craigslist? That seems so weird to me. Like, are you like posting that on the off chance that they're gonna like see it and then be like, oh, I saw your Craigslist ad, want to break up? Like, like what does that mean? Like, oh, I'm just gonna post this ad on Craigslist
See
and
what happens?
my very poetic feelings, and you know, maybe my significant other will see it and then leave me, and I will be sad about that and make a post about it on Craigslist. Like, I don't know how to feel about that.
Misconnections are very interesting. I mean, the whole thing is, but of course, women are nice and normal, and they were just like, I want company. I mean, a couple were weird, but not on the level the guys.
What was
were
the
weird.
one? The like, what was it? It was like giant clit something.
Oh yeah, that was the worst one. To me,
That was like the worst one in the Women for Women one,
But
which
guys
says a
is-
lot.
Yeah, guys is every single thing. Like
It's like,
giant dick.
daddy's in diapers, like giant dick, like, Also, okay, so every week, like, I make like a sticky on my computer of like entitled possible topics for podcasts, and the reason I do that is just because like
of course your
there's-
stickies are gray.
well, that's
just
the-
that one.
Just that one, because I have it so it'll be sit in front of all my windows, so I don't want it to be
okay.
distracting. If it's like pink. But yeah, and so I just, I have that so that's like, when crazy shit happens to me, I'm like, oh, I gotta, write this down so that, I'll have this, I'll remember to talk about it, because it's like, oh, this crazy thing. And all I have written here, and I'm not entirely sure, like, what, I don't know if I necessarily remember, like...
Why don't you pick the best one? Because
All
I think
right.
this is going to be the whole podcast.
So, there's a list, there's a lot of lists of things here, we'll have to, like, spread these out, but there's
you
one...
can read the list.
There's
Maybe
one
it'll be
simply
more-
called Auntie Liz Foot Book.
Okay.
And I think that needs some explanation.
Okay, so I don't remember how it started, but basically, since I was like little, my aunt said she's gonna make a foot book where basically she sneaks pictures of like the family feet and takes pictures of it, and then she was gonna make like a family tree, but of like feet. And so it's been like since I was a kid, at least 10 years of her taking photos of feet, and she hasn't done it, and she is a certified hoarder. If you can be certified, she would be. So I know there's just like all these random, and she's like old enough where she still goes in to CVS and gets her photos printed out. So I know she has all these like feet pictures sprinkled about her house, and it's weird because she like does not have great feet. I took a picture of her foot, and she'd be like, "Haha, got you," and she was so pissed. Like, don't take a picture of my feet. I can only take a picture of everyone else. To get into it because basically, like, she makes her big toe bark, and his name is Spike. And when she has a foot fungus, she goes, "Oh, Spike is sick." Oh, and I was like, and as a kid, I'd be like, "I know that's obviously your toe," and she would just bark it at me in a general direction.
Every time too that Marissa's like talking to her aunt, I'll be like, "Hey, ask her how Spike is. Ask her how Spike is."
Yeah, she will reply and just go, "She's good."
You know what the foot book reminds me of? Did you ever see that episode of, I think it was Taboo, where the guy was like into feet? He was like in like a foot fetishy kind of thing.
I know, you think my aunt would
Specifically like men's feet, and he like hoarded like videos. If I find the link to that episode of Taboo, I'll put it in the link dump. Because Taboo is excellent quality television anyway. But yeah, and he like was really into feet, and I'm trying to remember, it's been a while, but he like had a collection of like VHS tapes of like videos of like men's feet. Like he would like hire a man to like videotape his feet, and not like in a sexual like porny way. I mean, he was like thinking about it in a sexual way, but it wasn't like a video that would be like, oh, 18 plus.
It's just like a foot.
Yeah, it was just like the dude's feet, or like the dude's feet like on his face, or like things like that. And then here's the real kicker. Like, it gets
but
stop.
We should do the kick. I was gonna say punch, but that wouldn't really work. So.
No. But the real like sort of cherry on top of this whole thing was that he would also keep the socks of whoever was like his foot model for that session,
so it's like
or whatever.
smell-o-vision.
No, absolutely. And he would like, he had these like a million plastic bags full of different pairs of socks, and he would keep them every time.
That is not what Martha Stewart meant when she said get organized.
Oh my god. And he would like, and there's the like opening shot of him is like him like basically laying in this like pile of pairs of socks in plastic bags, and it's just like borderline ridiculous. And it was a little weird too. It like made me mildly uncomfortable because he was like, oh, you know, like he would name them too specifically. He'd be like, oh, these are, you know, I don't know anyone specifically, but it's like, oh, these were Richard's socks. They still smell like his feet. Like, oh, these ones are my favorite. Like, I don't remember how he said. I think he said that if he like put them, he like did something really weird with them, and it would like bring the smell back if it started to fade. It was like something about like water and putting it in the microwave or something crazy.
Ew, I bet it was. Microwave would make the bacteria so like gross. You put water on it, it was like, heat it up.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And he was like, oh, if I do this, whatever the thing was that he did, it's like, oh, it'll, you know, bring the smell back and make it stronger again. Like, okay, dude, like, you need to chill. Speaking of needing to chill, right now, Marissa is, I wish this was a video podcast, you could see this. Marissa has this like, plastic skeleton that's named Skeletoni.
Oh no.
And
he needs like a little surgery.
And he was like doing some sort of yoga pose on the. We're sitting at the kitchen table
he's
right
trying
now.
to twerk at you. Oh damn it! His arms fall off.
Also, his arms fall off on a regular basis.
His ribcage is a little loose, but it's like every white girl trying to twerk.
Oh god.
Oh no. Well, hey, he needs love too. He doesn't need arms.
Yeah, in other news, we'll be starting a Kickstarter for Skeletoni's surgery.
Oh man. / his therapy. He's alone.
Yeah.
I like him better without arms.
Yeah, and so Skeletoni hangs on the rearview mirror of Marissa's car. And
he likes to see what's happening.
And here's the thing, like, I don't know how this skeleton is at least like a foot tall, I think.
No
I don't
way.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah. No, it is at least a foot.
He's 15 inches because this is 15. Well, I guess
It's
15.
diagonal, yeah.
So yeah, just about.
So it's like, you know, like a little more than a foot long. Like, how the fuck do you drive?
Because I don't really he's not really in the way. I look straight, and then if I look right, if I have to turn, but I don't look because he's in like an awkward spot that I don't really, nothing's happening there.
I guess it depends on, like, the location of your mirror, too, because I guess in my car everything is, like, more compact down, maybe.
It's really not in a way that I can't, like, see what's happening.
But yeah, it's just, like, this giant skeleton, like, hanging on the rearview mirror, and it's pretty ridiculous.
He loves it, though. Like, he does him. Taylor and I are watching a lot of Jerry and a lot of Maury, and, these girls, like, they're 15, they want to have a baby, and they always say, I gotta do me. And that's so
I
Tony.
gotta do me. Yeah, they say that every time.
Him.
I'm 15.
I know.
I'm gonna have a baby.
I had sex over 300 times with 50,000 different guys.
If I can't take care of my baby, I'm gonna sell it. That is literally a quote.
Literally what she said.
Speaking of Jerry Springer, so we were watching Jerry Springer literally until 5 in the morning last night. By the way, because we're trash. And we made a thing. We made a game. Yeah, we made Jerry Springer Bingo,
which I'm sure eventually we can add a link to at some point when we perfect it.
Yeah, eventually once we turn it to digital, it's literally just written on a piece of binder paper right now. We're working on a Maury Bingo as well. But
we're gonna make it like a set, so
absolutely, yeah. Some of the highlights of Jerry Springer Bingo include dancing / twerking. The pole obviously is a spot.
Titty out.
Titty out is a square. Cousins is a square as well. Marriage proposal. Simply fight. Which is
double fight is where 2 takes 2. At least one. 2 separate fights.
2 separate fights. Yeah.
So at the same time.
Yeah, that's kind of a hard one, but we saw it happen. Ass out too is a good one. Southern accent is a square as well.
It's really common, people.
Just because we notice. And I also have in quotes family bonding because this is a little bit specific, but I know it happens more than once.
There's a lot of inbreds.
There's a dude that like was on there because his like cousin tried to make out with him, and he was like his girlfriend was mad.
The guy, was not interested in his second. I mean, it was his 5th or 6th cousin. He wasn't quite sure.
Something like that. Yeah, and the girlfriend was like, "You gotta choose me or her." And the dude was like, "I'm not interested in her. She's my cousin. Like that's weird." And the girlfriend was like, "You gotta choose me or her."
The cousin also was a big woman, and she came out in red lingerie.
Yeah, like one of those like lingerie, like what is that called? Is it like a teddy?
Yeah.
It was like lingerie dresses that I think are stupid anyway, first of all.
Probably from Torrid. Well, do you want her in a 2-piece?
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No. But yeah, it was like this like red like teddy thing, and it had like black lace on it. I was like, that's a little bit traumatizing. I felt like her titty was gonna come out, okay? Like
if they fought.
If they fought, her titties would have for sure come out.
It would have for sure come out.
There was one chick too that she got in a fight. Was it the strippers that were fighting?
Yeah, but I don't think it was her titty. It was a family before then whose titty like came out.
Yeah,
like,
it was
bounced out
all the way out. And then she didn't do anything about it either. She was just like hanging out. She was continuing to fight and continuing to like talk and stuff with her titty just hanging out. It was like on her. It was just chilling, hanging out, whatever, feeling the breeze and whatnot.
I mean, it could just be so fake she doesn't know, but none of they're on Jerry Springer, so I don't think money would go towards that. Okay, but I don't know what was happening there. Maybe she had a kid, too many bites.
Oh god.
I don't know. Which another thing that's I think not funny, but weird about like this whole like lactating obsession apparently and pregnant ladies. Last thing I'm gonna say about it. Okay, guys, we're gonna invent a drinking every time we mention pregnant lady
every time we
or diaper boy drink
or lactating. Anything that's like
anything has to do with like But it's weird because I didn't know. I worked in a maternity store for a little bit, and apparently, if you have kids, it's likely you get really dry and cracked nipples. And obviously they're gonna be sore. Obviously your boob's gonna be really sore.
Do you have to moisturize your nipples?
That's what they was telling Creep for. Because I looked at them like, why the hell is there like this balm for your nipples? And my boss was like, oh yeah, when I had a baby, my nipples got really, really cracked and it really, really hurts. It didn't happen to my mom. I don't know. It's the minority or the majority. I don't know. I don't want to know. But still, like, could you imagine, like, oh yeah, come. And it's like, your nipples, like, cracked up.
Do you think I'd be more or less susceptible to that? Oh, God.
One way to find out.
Have aid.
So, I
didn't realize that was a thing. That sounds really painful.
I know, it really does. I mean, yeah. I imagine it happens.
I don't want anything to do with that. Like, how about no? Stuff like that, too, weirds me out to think about, too. Just, like, in general. What are you...
I need tape.
So, Marissa is taping skeleton arms to the Doritos bottle.
It kind of, like, he works it, though. He owns it.
Does he own it? The bottle or the arms? Who is he in this situation?
The bottle is he, and he works the arms.
Oh, I'm
We just
glad.
need some of those Google eyes and, like...
Oh, my God.
Here's that.
I just, like, casually looked up at the, like, sticky also of things. So, literally half of them start with the phrase Auntie Liz.
Yeah.
Well,
Hopefully we'll be making podcasts for a while, so...
Yeah, right. And there's so many good... And I have never met Auntie Liz, by the way. Just to, like, put that out there. I am only aware of her through, like,
she was at my grandpa's party, but she was, like, being... I didn't even hang out there that day, so...
I don't think... I've never met her. And Auntie Liz, by the way, is a psychic.
Self-proclaimed psychic.
Self-proclaimed psychic. So, we're hoping in the future to have Auntie Liz as a guest. And hopefully get a psychic reading live on air, because that would be incredible.
And it's gonna go both ways. It's just gonna be like, no, I don't do that. Or she'll be like, oh yeah. She'll like love it. She'll love the attention. Because what she does is she tries to barter with her abilities. So she'll go in a store. Doesn't matter what store. Doesn't matter if it's like the Goodwill or... Like, she wouldn't go to Coach, but, you know, something nice. She'll say, like, oh, can I do a reading on you? And we can, like, do a trade. And they're like, no. Like, no. And, like, sometimes she makes people feel so uncomfortable. They're like, okay. She, like, does a reading. And I forget what it's called. There's something called, like, a cold read, where it's, like, you just guess a bunch of random details that probably are right. You know, and she's really observant. Like, I'll give her that. Like, I know she's, like, more observant than the average person, so when she picks up on a small thing, you know, someone's like, oh my god, she's psychic. When in reality, she just picks up on things. She's just observant, but who knows? She did have a dream that a building burned down. The next day it burned down. Maybe she burned it down. Anyway, but... So, she's had some strange coincidences, but, like... So, yeah, we'll have to have her on and give her a...
Yeah, it reminds me, too, her, like, bartering reminds me of that episode of Extreme Cheapskates.
Yeah, who barters, anyway?
Remember that episode of Extreme Cheapskates where the dude is trying to save money? I don't remember what he was buying, and he was trying to, like...
A crib.
It was not a crib. It's nothing about babies.
There was
an
Extreme Cheapskate, and they're having a baby, and he dug through the dumpster, and they found a stroller, and they found a used crib, and they found, like, these used baby bottles.
Was that the dude that built his own milk pump, too?
Yeah.
Like breast pump.
Yup.
But yeah, no, this guy was trying to buy something, and he was trying to barter, and he was trying to get a discount if he read them a poem.
Oh.
And it was not necessarily a very good poem, if I remember correctly.
There's no way it would be a good poem.
No, it was, yeah, but I just remember that, and I was like, why would you, because here's the thing, like, you know, whatever super anxiety thing anyway, like, I don't even want to buy something, okay, like, let alone...
Well, and unless they own the store, that employee is responsible for every penny they sell. Unless you're the owner, like, okay, leave. They're going to have to be the boss. You have to tell their boss, oh, like, this person gave me a poem, so I gave him $10 off. Like, that's coming out of their paycheck for sure. Unless the boss happens to be really nice. I'm like, oh, wow, that is really weird. Don't worry about it, but...
Right? Like, I don't know what I would... Because the thing is, people get so annoyed, too, at employees and stuff to do that. And I'm like, what do you think is going on here? Like, do you really think that that person that, like, you know, whatever, is trying to, you know, like, do you think they have the capacity to give you a discount? Like, I worked in a bakery for a long time. It was like the bakery within a grocery store, and this, like, woman one time came in, and this is not, like, on the veins of getting a discount, but it was just something similar, like, you know, that she was annoyed that, like, I couldn't do anything about it. She came in and she was telling me about how, I guess she had custom ordered a pie. And for me, that was, like, red flag number one, because I was like, okay, that's weird, considering that that's not a thing that we do here. Like, you know, we're a bakery and a grocery store. Like, we get our pies from somewhere else, you know? Like, we get the pies, and we just put them on the shelf, whatever. Like, we can't do a custom pie for you. And so she's, like, yelling at me, and she's like, I ordered a custom pie for 4th of July. It was supposed to be an American flag, and it's da-da-da. And I was like, okay, well, you know, whatever kind of pie you ordered, we just have those here. Like,
and
you can...
wouldn't you give her theoretically, if it was true, wouldn't you give her some kind of receipt, like, okay, that she prepaid or she ordered, like, here's your proof you got this?
I mean, not necessarily, because when we took phone orders, sometimes we would just write it down, you know, and she's like, she was like, I'm pretty sure you were the one that took my order. I was like, okay, hold up, lady. Like, I certainly was not the one that took your order, because that's not a thing we do here. Like, we don't
if she asked that, you would tell her, like, we don't do that.
Yeah, she's like, I custom ordered one, da-da-da, you guys should... I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, and this, by the way, was at, like, 5 in the afternoon or something like that. And so, at that particular bakery, the actual bakers are there from 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. So, by the time this woman is there, the person that, if they made pies, the person that would have made it had left already. I was the only one there. I closed the place by myself, like, almost every day. You know, and this woman was like, is your manager here? Who can I was like, literally, I'm the only person here. Like, I don't know who took your order, but I can't help you. I was like, look, you know, the shelves right there. I think she wanted a cherry pie or a berry pie or something like that. I was like, look, there's whatever pie that she ordered, like, right there on the shelf. There's a bunch of them. She goes, well, how would you know that there was going to be one there when I got there? I was like, excuse me? Like, I was like, what does that even mean? I was genuinely so confused by that. She's like, you know, like, how would you know that when I came to pick up my pie, there would be one? I was like, well, you know, actually, as a matter, you know, I'm still trying to be super nice to her at this point. I'm like, okay, like, I don't want to get fired because this woman is screaming at me for no reason. You know, and she's like, well, you know, like, how would you know that there was gonna, you know, be one? And I was like, okay, well, you know, as a matter of fact, like, we, you know, when we run out of a certain type of pie on that particular shelf, you know, they're in these lovely little cardboard kind of box things, whatever. And, you know, when we run out of one type of pie, we go in the back and get more pies. She's like, how would you know you have enough? Because we order them in batches of, like, 200. Like, if all of the pies were, like, once a week, too. Like, if all of the pies were gone, like, trust me, that would be amazing. If all of the cherry pies... we ran out of them, that would be incredible. That would be amazing. It would literally amaze me if we ran out of pies. She was, like, bitter about it. She was like, you know, you should tell your manager about this. And I was like, don't worry. Yeah, no, I literally said that. I was like, don't worry. I'm going to tell her about it. Like, have no fear. My manager is for sure going to hear about this experience, lady. Like, and then, you know, and then, of course, she, like, I was like, so, do you want the pie? Like, she was like, no, I'm going to go somewhere else. I was like, okay,
sorry,
bye, I guess. Yeah.
I'm like,
sorry, you know, whatever.
Maybe $20 pie.
I was like, oh, it's a shame, because it's like, you know, it's actually a pretty good pie. Like, let's be real. But,
yeah, I don't know where else you'd go, especially at 5 o'clock. It's gonna...
Right? I was like, where are you trying to go? This was, like, right before 4th of July weekend, I think, or something like that. So she was, like, telling me about how she was, like, trying to have a barbecue and all of this. I was like, that's nice, but that doesn't make me able to help you.
Yeah, it's like when I was working in maternity, the husband called me and said, oh, I bought this dress. Can I return it? I said, well, why did you buy it? You know, I think it was 30 days return policy because it's maternity. You're going to know in a month if you're going to want it or not. You're going to be too big or whatever. You're not going to hold on to it a year later and not want it. And he calls and says, oh, like, I have to return it. And, like, it's a day. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry that it's only 30-day return policy. Like, I can do an exchange or give you a gift card. That's the only thing I can do for you. Really strict. We always say, like, circle it, like, 30 days, whatever. And he's, like, really upset about it. And what happens is his wife calls a couple hours later and says, oh, I have a dress about, you know, got it this day. Can I return it? I said, did your husband call a couple hours ago? Well, yeah. Like, well, sorry, ma'am. Like, I told him.
It's still been 30 days.
It's still been 30 days. And she was like, I bought it on this date. And I said, well, okay, well, hold on, ma'am. Let me get the calendar and let me count it. And this had technically been 32 or 33 or 32 days. She's like, well, I think, you know, the day I bought it doesn't really count as a day. I said, well, even if that's true, ma'am, it's still over 31 days, even if that were somehow a rule. So, of course, she's pissed. Let me talk to your manager. That's the one time I love my manager because she would actually be on our side. She answered the phone. She's like, yep, sorry, ma'am. We don't do that. You know, because exchange is perfectly nice. It wasn't even an expensive dress. It was like $50. Like, your maternity, you're spending so much money on
for people that
maternity.
don't buy women's clothes, unfortunately, $50 is not a lot.
And this store, they have designer maternity jeans. So, if you're shopping in that store, $50, you know, you like... whatever.
Chances are you're okay.
You're fine. Yeah, it's like such a thing. Like, I'm not making this up. Talk to the manager if you want. I'm not making up this rule. You know, oi, 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 oi.
Yeah, that's like a mess. When I was working in the grocery store, there was the bakery was right next to, it was in between the Starbucks and like the deli area, like not like deli like slicing meats and stuff, like deli like, oh, I want a sandwich and a slice of pizza or whatever. Also shout out to Juan for giving me pizza every day for lunch. But yeah, and the one of the dudes that was working there was like similar in age to me, like we were both, you know, like whatever, first or second year college students, like, you know, and he'd never really done anything like that before. And on his first day, somebody threw a sandwich at him, like almost at his head, because I guess this guy didn't realize that cheese was an extra $1.
Okay.
And like, okay, which is like, you know, whatever, you know, I don't know why cheese is an extra $1, but like, it says it all over the place. Like, and you know, it's one thing if you're going to be bitter about cheese being an extra $1. I understand that. That is a little bit irritating, whatever. But they're not expensive sandwiches in the first place. Like, even with that extra $1 of cheese, you're still paying the same amount as, you know, a sandwich somewhere else. And it's just as good, if not better, you know. And I guess apparently, yeah, this dude didn't realize that cheese was an extra $1, and so didn't want the sandwich anymore, and threw it at this guy's head. I was not there. I was not personally there for that, but he told me about it, and I was laughing so hard I was crying, just because that's like, I don't understand when customers are like that. I don't get it. Like, why would you throw your sandwich?
That's the most extreme story I've heard.
That's working in grocery in a nutshell. It's really what it is.
You hear, like, you know, waiters and this woman yells at you for something that's not your fault, you know, the food's not coming out, or like you hear crazy things. But yeah, someone threw a sandwich at my head because cheese was an extra $1, and like the area we live in, like, yeah, people could probably afford $1. You could probably sell them that cheese was extra $100, and he still could probably give it to you.
Like, let's be straight up. Like, most of the people that are coming in there, like, where we are specifically from, it is like a rich white people bubble, and we are like we are like lower middle class white people, okay, and we are surrounded by assholes. Yeah. And this guy, I don't know what he looked like, but chances are, if he's like living here and trying to get his lunch from whatever stupid firm that he works at, 9 out of 10 times it's likely he is not an average middle class dude. He is like a pretentious millionaire that doesn't want to pay $1 for some goddamn.
You know when they say like there's the 1%, like they all live in the same area.
No, yeah, I know all of them.
That's not even a joke. Not even an exaggeration.
I know. I wish it was an exaggeration, but unfortunately, it's totally not. And it kind of sucks because it's like, you know, anywhere else, people are like, oh, that's where you're from. Like,
I always say like, oh, my mom and I have lived in this apartment for so long, they haven't raised the rent. I always make sure to say that, like, oh, you live X.
Right? I know.
And it's like, no, like, I know it's expensive, but I've lived there for really long, and it just happened to work out that way. I swear, like,
right? I have to do that.
$1 million.
I have to do that too, and it's horrible because people assume that you're pretentious and rich. Like, literally, the government has to pay for my school. Like, I have to get loans to be here because I don't have any money. Like, you know, and it's like, they're like, oh, wow, you live there? And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, my grandma has lived there since, like, the 1950s or whatever.
It was.
And so we're renting another house, like, my grandma's, like, other house. We're renting it from my grandma so that she doesn't have to have a job. Like, because she's a grandma, you know what I mean? Like, and so, you know, it's like, it's crazy. People are like, oh my God, that's where you live. It's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I don't live, like, you know, on the top of the hill in a giant mansion. Like, some people,
if someone tells me they live in Richmond, I don't assume it's like, oh my God.
Right? You're right. Just like, even if somebody's like, I'm from Beverly Hills, I'm not going to be like, wow, so you must be a pretentious asshole.
I know a lot of people that live in Oakland, they're like, yeah, it's actually fine now. I have a nice apartment and I feel totally safe.
Oakland is pretty nice. Oakland is a lot nicer
people
now
like
than it used to be.
My mom and my grandma's like, oh my God.
I think Oakland is similar to Compton to me, in the sense that, like, a lot of people think it's way worse than it is.
Yeah, like Richmond is worse than Oakland, but Oakland, is like,
it's like a lot of people have like a fear of Oakland, and like while there's certain parts of Oakland, people. No, it absolutely is. There's a lot of rich white people that are afraid of people that aren't white, and they're like, I don't want to go to Oakland. I'm the only white person. Oh my God, I don't know how to function. Oh my God, where are the whites at? Like, calm your titties, okay? Like, you're middle aged and like wearing an expensive suit. Like, go home, okay?
The only person wants to hurt them is like me, okay? Like, the only person that hates you right now is me.
But yeah, and Oakland is funny too because, like, you know, I think Marissa and I both have gone to like a lot of concerts and stuff in Oakland, and like when I, you know, come down to Long Beach from the Bay Area, you know, you drive through Oakland, like, you know, you go Highway 580 down to Highway 5. Like, that's just, for anyone that's, like, familiar with the Bay Area, you're going to know what I mean by that.
If not, highway.
If not, yeah, highway going east and then a highway going south,
Yeah.
Like, most people know Highway 5,
but it sucks.
A lot of people might not know 580.
They had, like, a festival of lights, like, this night show. They had, like, a garden with all these lights. I'm, like, really wanted to go, but everyone was too afraid to go with me. So it's like, I guess I'm not going, because I'm not going to go alone drive.
Yeah, because it's like, that's the thing. It's like, it's not Oakland that's a problem. It's being a woman by yourself in America. That's the problem.
In general, then at night, it's like, add like 10 danger points.
It's scary. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, well, great.
Right? I don't know. It's just, like, so funny to me that people are like, I don't want to go there because I'm scared. It's like, okay, have you ever been there?
Yeah,
like,
most people have driven through, and that's about it. Drop me at the drive.
Yeah, it's like, I stopped at a gas station in Oakland once, and I'm scared of it. It's like, obviously, certain parts of any city are horror. I wouldn't want to be in the Tenderloin at night either, but I'm not scared of San Francisco. You know what I mean? Like, people just gotta chill out, kind of. Like, I don't know.
You gotta chill out, people.
Y'all just gotta chill out, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Craigslist and chill.
Oh my god, stop. That's gonna be a shirt. But fucking Craigslist and chill. Get the hell out of here.
Can't leave until tomorrow. You're my ride.
Where? Walk.
Walk to the plane early.
Walk
overnight.
Walk to the plane a day early.
Over 24 hours.
I mean, you have a lot of time to get through security. Somebody just drove by playing, like, music that was so loud that we could. I don't know if the audio actually picked it up. I kind of hope so. Just because when stuff like that happens, I always wonder. I'm like, how does it feel to be in the car with that? Like, does it not? Like, I feel like that would hurt your eardrums. Like, if it's so loud that, like, I can hear in my, like, like, I'm on the second story, like, kind of in the corner of the complex. Like, the street is not hugely close.
I didn't hear the trash at all.
Oh, I think that's probably because it's not, like, a day where they would do it. Yeah, but they always do it during the week, really early in the morning. I think you might hear it tomorrow morning, though.
Because I was like, I'm so tired. There's no way I'm gonna wake up. Like,
trust me, if you heard it in the middle of the night, if you heard that ridiculous fucking trash thing, you would wake up immediately and be really upset about it.
In my complex, like, for some reason they pay a leaf blower for obvious reasons, but that's all it is. Walk through, move leaves around. Guess what? Leaves are not an issue unless, anyway, not a lot of leaves. But he, like, basically my apartment is set up, like, all single story. You, like, walk straight, and then it breaks up into my neighbor's apartment and my apartment. And the leaf blower comes, like, basically up to my door with the leaf blower. And, like, the walls are thin. It's not like,
Did you see you could hear your neighbor snoring?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, the first time I moved in, I went to the bathroom. So basically, I don't know how to describe it verbally, but, like, the apartments are kind of flipped. So my bathroom is right next to my neighbor's bathroom on my right.
They're like
my
a
mirror, yeah. So first day I move in, I go in the bathroom, and my neighbor's having, like, really bad explosive diarrhea. All I hear is, like, and I was like, oh my god, literally, holy shit, okay?
Literally, holy shit.
I texted you about it, but I was like, oh my god. So I know they hear me all the time, but what am I going to do about it? I can't, like, live in silence, but yeah, so, but I think that's very fitting, like, poop's funny, haha, but I was like, that's crazy. Oh, let me go back. I remember why the list started because you wanted to talk about the toothpaste thing with the toilet.
Okay, yeah, we need to talk about, I don't know what is going on here.
So basically, you can flush anything down a toilet. Maybe not with this fancy low-flow technology going on, but okay, here's what
I'm suspicious of low-flow technology.
Yeah, because you have to flush it twice, so how is it really, I mean, not always, but sometimes I've had ones that are so low, it won't take the liner or something, it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to be here a while, but
I'm more suspicious of, like, anybody with a shower that's like whatever low.
Or like Jerry.
I have I have a lot of hair. Like my hair is like super long and like fairly thick. Like I can't wash my hair in a low flow shower like that. I can't do it. Like, I push shampoo
Even
in
I
there,
can. Your hair is like 3 times.
I can't get it
as
out.
long
Like,
as mine.
my hair, like, I'm sitting in a chair right
Taylor's
now.
basically a human merbabe.
And my hair, thanks, man. And my hair is like sitting at, it's like right above my hip, and I'm like sitting up in a chair.
But it's like nicely layered, so it's not like one big like heavy. Like, I mean, it's heavy, but one big chunk. It's like, you know, nicely trickles down like a mermaid.
Oh, thank you.
Trickles down to her hips. It's really pretty, but yeah. So even I can't do it. And my grandpa, because my grandpa's very adamant. I can't. It takes me a long time in their shower because it's so low, and like I don't have as much hair as you, but I actually have hair, and they're old people. They have like
nothing.
You know, no hair. So it'd be like, oh man, like the water pressure is, you know, kind of bad. It takes me a while. And Grandpa's like, that water pressure's fine. I go every day. I said, well, I know, but like my hair is different. They're just like, no, it's fine.
You're an old man and you have tiny wispy
But
hair.
back to the toothpaste.
Yeah.
So my bathroom, obviously, like small little place. So it's like, toilet is right next to, so it goes like sink, you know, one little counter where the sink is like a sim where you buy one sink unit. That's what it is. Toilet, bathtub, shower. You know, one thing. So I had the toothpaste to the left of me and moved my arm so it fell into the toilet.
Oh no.
So I'm like, happens in like 30 seconds. So I think maybe if I flush the toilet fast enough, the water will drain and I can grab the entire toothpaste out.
Why was that? Was there anything in the toilet or was it just water? Why didn't you just grab it if it's just water?
I'm sure it was water. I don't remember. This is like really early too, because in most toilets, my mom's toilet, it flushes so slowly and quietly that in my head that's like normal toilet, just like, but mine is like a water ride, whoosh, and it just like, you know, it's like, it's really loud. I don't like it, but. So I did that, and immediately the toothpaste was just gone. I'm like, oh my god, I splashed my toothpaste. So then I'm panicking, because what do? Do I tell my manager, like, hey, by the way, if there's a pipe problem, like, I might have flushed an entire thing of toothpaste. Or I think, what if they knock on my door, they're like, hey, the pipes are messed up, do you know anything about this? We found this tube of toothpaste, is it yours? So I was thinking, making up stories in my head, like, oh, maybe I have a nephew who came over, or, like, I was like, you know, who put the toothpaste in the
maybe
toilet.
I have a nephew.
But nothing bad ever happened, so now, you know, Q-tips go down there, you know, like
You're
everything goes down there now. Because after that, the full brand new tube of toothpaste.
My favorite thing about that story
Anything can go in there.
is that your instinct reaction when something falls in the toilet is not like, oh, there's nothing in here but water. Like, I can just reach in and grab it because it's clean. It's just water. Like, your thought is like, maybe if I flush it really fast.
Yeah, and like grab it like a ninja.
The water will drain.
But some toilets, like my mom, is slow enough that it would slowly drain out and then I could grab it. But I forgot this toilet is like, yeah, literally like Waterworld toilet. It's very loud.
That's kind of horrifying.
It really is, especially in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh god, whoosh. But
yeah,
it's a thing.
Good lord.
It is a thing. So anyway, moral of the story, anything can go down the toilet. And I was like Googling it, like, I only flushed too much toothpaste on the toilet. What do I do? Which of course
I was thinking you had no results. Yeah.
Like, you know, random things came up. And I was like, of course the internet, you know, basically the toilet had cancer on now. You know, people were commenting, not on my thing, but on other posts, like, oh, if you flush something down there, like, you're in big trouble. Like, you better go through the pipes and make sure it's okay because it could cause all these problems. So I was freaking out. I'm like, what am I gonna do? But luckily, this was a while ago, so it's gone. You know,
thank God.
You know, like 8 months or more. So there, you know.
How did I not hear about this before? Like, why
I know I texted you, but I think I texted you
I don't
so
think
many
you
weird
did.
things.
I think that I would have remembered if you texted me.
Know.
I accidentally flushed an entire tube of toothpaste down the toilet.
I know.
Because I'm an animal.
I know you texted me. I know I texted you because I know you wouldn't forget it for like a month, and you must have forgot it.
Oh, that's
We're just gonna call the records. You get the phone on the store.
Yeah.
I need you to search my text records and look for toothpaste.
Yeah, do you know how many texts do you think we have? Like, how long would that take?
If you're a big company, all you have to do look up is toothpaste. How many times are we going to talk about toothpaste?
I don't know. You'd be surprised. Apparently, we've talked about lactating nipples like 4 times in the last like 2 weeks.
Not through text, though. I hope.
Hey, you never know anymore. Okay,
Not
like
through
I don't know, man.
We're saving that for our self-published book called like Weird Text.
Yeah. Here's the thing too. The funny thing about that too is like when I get texts from Marissa, and I think I do the same thing to her, like, it's never just like, oh, new message from Marissa. It's like, new message from Marissa, parentheses, 14. Yeah. And it's like, because we both have iPhones, we both use iMessage on our computer, and so it's like...
so easy to just, like, you know, you don't think of how much it's going to take up.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just like, oh, one message, enter, and you just keep hitting enter because it's like funny as separate messages. But yeah, on the phone, it's like a mess. It's like, wow, my phone is buzzing like crazy. I wonder who's trying to contact. Oh, it's just Marissa telling me that she flushed her toothpaste down the toilet accidentally.
Swap.
Oh God. Anyway, I think we're at about an hour.
Yeah. So anyway, flush anything you want down the toilet.
Or yeah, I mean.
Let me know how it works out for you. But I guess I can't say. I can't encourage you. But.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't try this at home. Because your pipes might not be able to support an entire tube of toothpaste.
So basically, it's like, it's kind of like you're going to start small.
Yeah, start small. Yeah.
Anyway, so have a good week, and...
yeah. Oh, yeah. So, as always, questions or comments, you can always comment anything you want on the video, obviously, and we will totally respond to it, because we're great like that. And if there's anything that you either don't want to publicly comment or anything you want to send to us, like a weird Craigslist ad or something like that, you can send it to our email, which is going to be both in the video title card and also in the description. So if you want to do that, you can just copy and paste. As always, link down below. I'll throw that episode of Taboo in there. Which I already forgot which one it was. Oh, it was the sock guy, yeah. I'll throw that episode of Taboo in there. It's a pretty short show. You can watch it, when you're getting ready in the morning or whatever.
Before you go to bed, I reckon.
Yeah, before you go to bed at night. Yeah, it's great. And then Jerry Springer Bingo is not going to be in the link dump this week because it's not digital yet.
Yeah, wait a couple weeks probably.
But yeah, give it a couple weeks, and Jerry Springer Bingo is all yours. You might even get Maury Bingo to go along with it, too.
We're working on Steve Wilkos, but...
Yeah,
we gotta do a little more research.
Yeah, have another marathon or two.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. See y'all around, I guess. See you next week. Make good choices. As always, make good choices. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.